Coach?
Can you just talk a little bit about the decision to start Joe?
Yeah, obviously with everything with the quarterback's at, we just made the decision to, that he's not quite ready, and we're rolling with Joe.
You when you talked before about Zach, you said how you want him to be 100% before he's back on the field. Is that still the case, or is there a situation where you could see him almost being there or 95% there and say, all right, let's get him out there?
No, it's going to be 110%, and that goes mentally and physically, and when he's ready to go, that's when we're going to put him on the field.
So what happens now? Is it a week-to-week decision now? With regard
No, I'm to be honest with you guys, and I'm just going to lay this out. So I really don't want to talk about the situation anymore. So the earliest he's going to be available is Pittsburgh. That's going to be the earliest. And just from everything we gathered over the last couple of days, now can it change? Sure, I'm always going to leave that door open. You guys know me; I'm the eternal optimist. But we are going to make sure that both mind and body are 110%. Make sure we do right by him, and we feel like, talking to the doctors and everyone, it's going to be that Pittsburgh week.
Well, that's different, Robert, though, right, than initially you thought?
Yeah, he hasn't. No, there was always that hope. You guys know me. There's always that hope. But after all the information gathering, it's not worth the risk in terms of getting him out there and just making sure that there's the knee element, there's the mind element, there's the practice element. There's just a whole lot of things other than the knee. He hasn't had a setback. He looks fantastic. He still looks good. He feels good, and you guys are going to get a chance to talk to him. You guys will see him. He's not walking with a limp or anything. But just gathering all the information and talking to their doctors along with ours, we're just going to end it until Pittsburgh.
Was there ever a chance that he was going to be on IR, like that in short term to start the season?
No, because we don't want him to miss practice time when he's available for all that.
What will can he do any practice this week?
This week, he's going to be off to the side with the trainers, and then we'll slowly, part of his rehab schedule, start implementing him back into practice over the next couple of weeks.
So will you want him to have a full, complete week of practice before he starts?
Ideally, 100%, yeah. Because once that knee's ready, he's going to have to get that thing tested, and you don't want it being tested in the game. You want our team to be able to test it before he ever steps onto the football field. So he's obviously on a limited basis, and as he progresses, we'll be able to test it more and more, and then get him the practice that he needs to prepare himself to play a football game.
How does he feel about knowing that he's not going to play until?
He's a competitor. I mean, if you ask him, he will genuinely tell you that he can probably play this week. And but at the same time, this is the long game. He's a young man. We don't want anything else happening to that knee, and that's it.
When was this decision made? It feels like, I don't know, 50 hours ago.
No, I know.
There's a possibility he can play Sunday, and now we're talking about October 3rd.
Yeah, it was. This is all late last night and early this morning.
Is there a concern at all, Robert? He coming out of BYU, he had injuries with his sophomore year, right? He missed a lot of time there. He missed his time last year. He missed some time this year. Is there any concern with him being injury prone?
No, because I always go back and I look at a guy like Jimmy Ward, and I know he's on IR to start this year, but he could not. Just talking about Jimmy Ward's story, he could not stay healthy for a year, and then he had a string over a couple of years where he was, but you just knew if he could just stay healthy, he's going to be special, and it's no different. Like he's luck to me, or injury is bad luck. Some things happen where you just get bad luck, and he just needs a string of good luck coming, and it'll come. Eventually, it always balances itself out. So,
with Zach, Robert, I know the meniscus will hear, but with that knee bruise, will that be something that he has to deal with throughout the course of the season? Is that something that's going to need monitoring, or maybe cause him some discomfort throughout the year?
I don't know that one. I don't think I think once the bruise heals, he's going to be fine. Again, that's probably more for a doctor, but from my understanding, when that thing is 100% healthy, he'll be good to go.
Robert, have you had any conversations with him about his style of play and him getting out of the pocket and running? Because there was another situation last year, a similar situation, where he tried to get some more yards in.
Well, that's his getting out of the pocket, running, like that's his superpower. Being able to go off schedule and do all those different things. You don't want to take that away from him. He's just got to be smart. You know, it was a horrifying flashback to 2018 because he kind of has that same competitive juice that Jimmy Garoppolo has. And Jimmy, against Kansas City in week 2, running and just instead of running out of bounds, tries to gain a couple extra yards, plants on his knee, tears his ACL. Thankfully, ours did not tear his ACL, but it's that same mindset. Get what you get, slide, don't take the hit, go out of bounds, don't worry about the extra yardage. And so that part, no matter how much you coach it, is learned through experience. They come from college where they're used to running people over and they're used to diving for touchdowns, and that was all part of the cool stuff that people showed on his highlight tape, right, coming out of college. But they got to learn it. They've got to adjust their game. That's something that I think he'll learn as he goes.
Just to confirm, Robert, because I think people will probably see that the optimism on Monday. There's a chance he goes Sunday. You just want to see how he responds after working him out. Now he's out 4 weeks, 3 weeks at least. There was no setback.
There was no setback. No, there's no setback. Again, this is gathering all the information. Doctors, obviously, they have a huge say in this, and we were never going to put him on the field until he got clearance from the doctors, and they're pretty adamant about what his rehab schedule needs to be moving forward.
When he had the scope, it was widely reported as, quote unquote, just a little trim, layman's terms. Was it more than that?
No. Again, this one's going to be more for doctors. I think this has more to do with the bruise and just giving it a chance to heal. I think.
Robert, I know you've answered this a few times in camp, but now it's real. The confidence level in Joe entering Sunday's game.
Heck yeah, man. Cool Joe. No, he's been preparing. He's freaking awesome, and I'm really excited for him and his opportunity. Even at 37, I know that it's in the back of his head. He's getting the chance to play Baltimore and all these different things. And even at 37, he's got to keep the main thing, and just do his best and trust his best is good enough. And I think we're all excited for Joe and his opportunity and excited for Sunday.
Is DJ Reed going to be practicing this week?
Yeah, he'll be back on the practice field today.
The Baltimore Ravens are a very physical club. How do you match that intensity on Sunday?
We're physical too. That's how you match it. Sorry on that one, Doug.
Robert, the challenges of facing Lamar Jackson.
Dynamic, fast, violent as a runner. He's got a really good arm, can throw the football. He's got good targets to throw to. He is special. It's basically Wildcat offense with him. His ability to tuck the ball and run. They've always got an extra gap, and then his speed to capture edges. He's one of the most dynamic football players in the league, and he's an absolute bear to prepare for. So this is the ultimate challenge, and it's in week 1. So thankfully we've had all offseason to kind of prepare. We'll see how it works out.
Is Streveler playing him this week?
Streveler's playing him. And I don't know if there's anyone in the league that can duplicate him, but he'll try.
Can you describe how unique is their tight end package? Obviously, Andrews puts up big numbers, but is there anything unique to what they do?
Yeah, they're
so hard to...
one thing I have a lot of respect for is the way they block in the run game. They're very physical at the point of attack. They don't get moved. Usually, I played tight end, and I know I couldn't block at the end, speaking to myself, but we always talk about how DNs should never get blocked by a tight end. That's just our standard. But these guys are pretty freaking good, and they strain, they block. Andrews reminds me, he plays with a lot of intensity. Reminds me a lot of Kittle with the juice and energy he brings to the football field. And but they've got a good group, and this rookie showed up pretty good in preseason, so he's dynamic as a pass catcher and stuff, and so I'm sure they're getting him ready to go in the run game too.
What's preparation like for week 1, Robert, when you don't have all that film to watch, recent film?
Yeah,
Things like that.
it's fundamentals, rules ball. You do your best to stick to your principles. Obviously, you've got to adjust some stuff based on what you have seen, but and you're going to have your wrinkles that you've been working on throughout all of OTAs and training camp. But at the end of the day, you are playing rules football and just trying to make sure that you digest as much information. They'll reveal their game plan early, just like we will, and vice versa with our offense and defense, and then just who can make that adjustment in game and continue to find ways to get better all the way into the fourth quarter so you can finish fast.
Robert, whether it's game prep or in-game management, what are you taking away from year 1 and you head into year 2?
It's just the balance of the schedule. We've had, I feel like we've had a really good off season with our new situational game coordinator, Smashball. But in terms of just how we want to approach things, what's our philosophy, and just him learning me and vice versa. And, using preseason to go through some of it. I know you guys don't like timeouts and challenges in the preseason, but, just being able to work with him and just to see where we're at. So we got that work in, but, you always, the more reps you get, even for myself and for our coaching staff, the more reps we get, the better we'll be at it, so.
Take a couple more.
Robert, I think it was back in May, you were talking about sauce at the time when you were talking about this. You said sometimes teams formationally create matchups with the cornerback in the running game.
Yep.
I imagine this team is
Oh,
one
yeah.
that does that every week. What have you seen from Sauce since then that gives you faith that you can handle that, and just kind of what is the challenge of that for cornerbacks?
Just throughout training camp, he's definitely not afraid. They're all going to get tested. The backs will be on the perimeter. They know it. We've shown the film. Their backs, Lamar, tight ends, they're going to get to tackle everybody. And I'm excited for him. He's excited. He's got this. He's got that grill in, and he's got this big smile, and it's blinding. But he is really, really excited about this game, and might have to calm him down. It's again not to make the Catalina wine mixer, but it's his first go at it.
I just have following on a good segue. I was going to ask about the rookies. The draft class got a lot of publicity when it happened, and so how much are you leaning on some of these high picks early in the season, and does that cause some trepidation for a head coach when you're leaning on guys?
No, it's youthful, right? They're young guys, and you still have last year's draft class, and so you have a lot of youth running around on the football field against a very experienced group, and it's just a really exciting time for them to get all these reps and get the experience that they need. Will they be 100% with assignment technique and all that stuff? Probably not. But you hope that the mistakes don't lead to explosive plays, and you hope that their juice and energy and the explosiveness that they all possess creates explosive plays. But there's going to be hair pulling moments, but that kind of goes with playing youth.
Connor, this kind of does need to be. It's similar a little bit to when Mike White played last year, and he played really, really good football, and the offense got going. Is that when you do have a quarterback that's out this duration of time, if it is a full 4 weeks, full 3 weeks, I mean, if this offense is performing really, really well, I mean, is this something where no matter what, when Zach is healthy, he's back out there?
No, it's again, Zach's our future, right? I'm not going to even come close to hiding behind that one, but when Zach's healthy, he's rolling. So.
Okay, thanks
All right.
everyone.
Good. Thanks, guys.